but the old guy
That's
on this
true.
team. So how do you kind of find a balance of that, of coming in here and embracing a leadership role right away?
Right. Kind of just the same question I was just asked. Like, I feel like I come here with experience, obviously game experience and practice experience as well, but also still new as far as like learning the terminology and learning some of the things that Coach Painter brings to the table. So with that being said, like some of the experience that I already have, I'm bringing to some of the guys, but as far as the terminology and the knowledge that they already have within the system, they're bringing to me, guys like Ethan, Mason, Zach, and all them. So I'm like learning myself, but within sharing knowledge at the same time.
How does this just fit? You just feel like it fits for you here?
I feel like it's a great fit. At first, it was a hard decision for me because it was out of my comfort zone. It's far from home. I live in Vegas now, so I could have went somewhere close. But to me, I feel like you really get successful when you step out your comfort zone. So that's something I really wanted to do, and I just feel like it's also an easier transition when you got guys who are humble with low egos and things like that, and coaches who care. So as far as transition goes, it's been easy for me.
A couple of you guys talk about chemistry with this group. You feel it early on here that's coming together pretty quickly?
Yeah, man. Obviously, I'm old, so I've been a part of every team ever. And I've also seen the good side of it. When teams are really good, it's the chemistry and camaraderie you have off the court, and I just feel like we're so connected as a team. And I feel like that's really going to carry on to the court. How connected you guys are, how easy you can communicate with one another. It's essential to being on a really good team.
You talked about getting out of your comfort zone. Why was Purdue the place you wanted to do that? Why did you want to compete at every place?
Man, I just feel like out of any school that was recruiting me, it was just the school that's going to push me the farthest. I feel like I really have a chance here to compete for a national championship at the end of the day, and that's something I really want to be a part of. With that being said, also being a part of a coach who's very decorated and learning from someone like that, I feel like that someone's going to help me with my future endeavors. So I just, and again, I knew I came on my visit, guys had a bunch of low egos, and I just feel like that's something I really want to be a part of, and a culture here like this with a high fan base, and so I just something I really wanted to be a part of.
So one of the big themes today is just team talking more, being more communicative.
Yep.
You seem like you have a more extroverted sort of personality.
Mm-hmm.
Can you be part of that solution, or being the new guy, do you have to kind of ease into things a little bit?
Man, I mean, honestly, it's my personality, as you mentioned, to talk and kind of be a part of it. Again, obviously, I'm still learning, so there's certain things I don't speak on because I don't know. But there's a lot of things I do know because I've been in college for 5 years now. So I try to speak on a lot of things. Even if I don't know some things, I try to ask questions and learn it quickly because, again, season's right around the corner. So I got to know a lot of these things, especially from the point guard role. And that's something I want to share with guys too. Guys like Braden Smith, we push each other. There's certain things I share with him, even though I'm competing with him. I share things with him because I want to see him grow as a point guard as well, as a guard overall. But no, I'm gonna always have a voice and always talk. But that's just part of my personality.
What's one thing you see this team doing well when November gets here? You can already see happening.
Man, I just think as mentioned, I just think the chemistry part. I think we're gonna click quickly. Obviously, there's certain things with us new guys we're learning as far as the offense and defensive philosophy. But I just think guys communicate with each other and guys really help one another. Really want to see success for one another. I just feel like when you have guys who are not out for their own individual success but who want to see the next guy grow as a person, I just think you really start to grow as a team, and you really start to grow early on compared to just doing it later on. So I think chemistry and camaraderie is something we're going to have early.
So the point guard part of this for you, is it like a traditional point guard kind of thing? Is it like you're kind of guarding the one, but on offense it's kind of a committee type of thing? How do you kind of classify it?
Man, so high school and prep school, I played point guard. The last few years, I kind of been more of a shooting guard. I think Painter just brought me here to be kind of a lead guard from the point guard role. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to go out and get 15 assists. I'd love to do that. But I think he wants me to kind of be like a scorer from the point guard spot and kind of have it in my hands early. And that's something I kind of wanted when I was in the recruiting process, because I felt like when I was playing just the two guard at certain spots, it would be easy for teams to deny me and top block me hard to get the ball. But for me, just bringing it up, a lot of the times it'd be easier for me to score. But like I'm gonna play both roles. Obviously, we have a lot of guys who can play different positions that are really versatile. So I think it's gonna be essential for everybody to know every spot, and I'm gonna do it from the 1, 2, 3.
So jamming the ball at the one, if you have to do that, that's probably something you've not done before.
Yeah, I mean, usually I'm the guy who's a safety, but to be honest with you, I like getting in the ball. I used to always embrace that role when the coaches would tell me to get up and climb up in it, compared to just being a guy who's kind of safe. I like to, if I have to pick up full court, I love doing that because I like getting in guys' heads and speed them up a little bit and finding angles to cut guys off. So that's something I look forward to doing, to be honest with you.
Just, this has always been a program that kind of prided itself on how hard it plays defense. Has that kind of rubbed off on you yet? Or?
Man, like, I don't don't know if you've seen, but I'm on the floor. I'm diving on balls. Like, I do that every day. Like, I love doing it. I love being physical. That's part of the reason why I wanted to play in the Big Ten. If you think about it, Big Ten, Big East, kind of physical type guards, how I'm built, it's how I feel like I wanted to be a part of. So I embrace the physicalness. I embrace getting up in the ball. I embrace it all. So, and at the end of the day, I'm gonna do whatever I can do to be on the floor. So
This can be a really physical team.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Zach Edey's humongous. You got guys like Will who's coming in a role. We got a bunch of Mason. We got a bunch of guys who are physical and they want to get after it. And I think that's something that's going to carry us on from now and all the way until March.
What have these guys told you, and what do you know of Mackey Arena? We're standing in here empty right now. Do you know what you're getting into?
Man, I really don't know what I'm getting into yet. I've heard it. They told me. I've never seen it, never watched an actual game in Mackey. I've never seen it in person. But, obviously I've been a part of great atmospheres, Allen Fieldhouse and things like that, and I share that to them. They're like, man, that don't compare to Mackey. So I'm excited because I feel like for me, I've always been a person, whenever there's more fans and the more into it is the better I play and the better, I can help my teammates and all that. So I'm excited, man.
So when you match up with smaller guards and you're kind of built like a linebacker, how does that help you? Can you bully guys sometimes?
Yeah. As I literally just said, Big Ten, Big East type basketball, that's just me. I'm built strong, stockier guard. Little guys like Braden, I try to crowd him so he doesn't have as much space to be all quick and things like that. So I kind of try to crowd his space. And on the offensive end, if he is guarding me, I just turn my back to him and kind of try to just be as strong and use my body as I can. So, and again, this is like my 5th year, so I found all type of angles and advantages to do certain things like that.
How much can you help Braden along, like challenging him?
A lot, man. Again, with experience. This is a physical league, so I'm being physical with him every day, offensively, defensively. So he just gets kind of used to it. It's a huge transition coming from high school to college. So I can only imagine how it is coming from high school to the Big Ten. So that's going to be a huge transition for him. But I want him to be prepared for that. Again, I want him to be successful just like I want success for my own. I want it for all my teammates because I want to see everybody share the love. So I'm going to help him in every way I can, on and off the court.
What's Braden showing here early that is going to potentially allow him to contribute to this team?
Showing grit and he's showing toughness, confidence as well. Again, it's really hard transition mentally as well, coming from high school to college, seeing guys who are physically stronger than you and athletic. But I think he's transitioning, and I think a part of that is he wants to play. He's hungry, So when you got someone like that who's confident like that, then he's going to have success, and he's going to have success early too.
You've experienced a lot of things in your college career. When you see guys like Fletcher and Braden walking in here with the confidence they play with, what does that kind of say about them?
I love it. I like people who like to play with confidence because, again, if you ain't going to come out here and play with confidence, you're going to get ate up. So guys who come in like that, Fletcher shooting the ball and Braden coming in and guarding and passing. Like, Braden doesn't look for his shot as much, so we all tell him to, try to shoot the ball. He's more of a passer, tries to guard it. But, man, with that same token, we all got to be able to shoot the ball on the court. So we tell him to shoot it. But them coming in and having confidence like that, man, I just think it's going to elevate our team because the more confident guys we have, it's just going to build everyone up ultimately.